Hi YouTube, welcome to Pagan Perspective. This is Megan, aka Spirit. Today is Friday, and today we are talking about doubts. So the question asker talked about, doubts around your faith and doubts around what you're doing. And when people say mean things about, oh, well, it's not real or things like that. And, ways that you doubt yourself. And in particular, around anxiety and things like that. And so I thought I would do my take on doubts. And so when I think about doubts, my faith, it's a hard one because I was raised in this faith. And so for me, that's my foundation. That's what I know. There is no question. It's undoubtable, I guess, in that way. What is something that can be doubted, though, is my personal abilities, right? And so that's something where I do run into some doubts sometimes, is how strong am I? Can I really do something? Have I pissed off somebody, and things aren't going so well. So I think those are the places where I have doubts. I think generally in life, most people end up with what we call the imposter syndrome. Oftentimes, I'm sure some of you have felt it. I know I feel it a lot. And that is basically the symptoms of this feeling that when you're doing something, even if you are an expert in it, even if you are, trained and you've gone to school for it, everything, even if this is your job, you're getting paid, all of this, that sometimes you feel like an imposter. Sometimes you feel like you're just waiting for somebody to catch you and say, well, you don't really know everything you say you know, right? And it's that fear, that anxiety, those doubts that are inside us that definitely come out, especially when we're feeling low energy, when, people have brought us down around us, when there's a lot of negativity around us, doubts gain a foothold. Doubts are one of those things that anytime that, your immune system is suppressed, bacteria can gain a foothold. Well, when your self-esteem is, depressed and suppressed, that's when doubts can gain a foothold, and anxiety and depression and all of those things. And so, the best thing that I can say that's helped me personally is to remember that everybody goes through this. Everybody goes through imposter syndrome. And just because you're feeling this way doesn't mean that that's actually the way it is. And that it's a feeling and that it can go away. So the same thing when personally, this is just for me, it might not work for you, but so when you sleep on your arm or you sit on your leg wrong and it falls asleep, and it literally feels like it's dead, like it doesn't exist anymore, that you cannot feel it. And you don't know if you'll ever get it back. I mean, sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and my arm will just be jelly and I'll have to flop it. I can't move it on my own. In that moment, my arm is still my own. Like my arm still works. And she's asleep. It has to wake back up, right? And so the same thing, with ourselves. When we have doubts about ourselves, well, we just have to wake ourselves up. We know what we're doing. We know how to do it. It's just a matter of getting ourselves back into tip-top shape, And so when I have doubts, one of the things that I try and do is work harder, make a pointed effort to, next holiday, I'm really going to push, or next ritual that I do, I'm really going to step out of my comfort zone and do something a little bit different, right? And that's one of the ways that helps. I really think that the most important thing, though, is to remember you're not alone, that we all have doubts, and that people generally are thinking about their own doubts and less about yours. And that's one of the things that I think can be really hard to wrap our minds around, but that each and every person is really focused on themselves. They're a lot less focused on us than we think they are. And that's just something just to remember, and that they are feeling it too. Imposter syndrome is real. So I would trust that, to the question asker, I would trust that you're doing okay. Seek help when you feel like you need it, whether that be professionally or friends or family or whatever might be your security and what might be good for you and feels right for you. definitely seek that out, because even just having an ear, even just having somebody to vent to when you have those doubts, even if in back of your head you're awesome, which you are, sometimes we have doubts, right? And it hits us and we're wondering what we're doing. So reach out to people in the community. Find it, the pagan community, if you're feeling doubts, and be reassured by them, and just vent a little bit, get it out. Because once we get it out, sometimes we feel better and go, oh, you know what? I know that I'm good here. I just needed to kind of get it off my chest, So take that opportunity. It has to be a short video for today. Sorry. Actually headed right into work. But yeah, as always, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Trust yourself, and be kind to yourself. We all have doubts, and it's okay, and it's real. Like, they're real doubts, and it's okay to feel bad about them. So take care of yourself when you feel them. Recognize that, you know what, it's okay. I'm allowed to feel this way, and I'm still awesome, no matter what. And just recognize that, you're special, and we're all amazing. And anyway, just try and take some solace in that, and reach out, and whoever you feel comfortable with, and journal if you don't have anyone to talk to, and get all those things down. I mean, goodness knows that you could probably create some amazing pieces of art, whether it's poetry or a book or songs. You could do so many things. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you have a great weekend. We have a 3-day weekend here because it's Memorial Day, which I'm super excited. I really need the break. And that's it. So as always, guys, blessed be and aloha.